Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to all our witnesses for being here today. With regard to all of the commentary surrounding Spectrum, I just want to say ditto. I know that so many of my colleagues up here today have touched on this issue, so there's no need for me to go into that. But I just want to open up with saying I think very few Americans really understand how much their everyday life is impacted by the work of the FCC. And so thank you to you all for everything that you have done and will continue to do. And I'm just going to jump right into the Cable Act. So as you all know, in 1992, Congress passed the Cable Act to promote competition and provide consumers with expanded video choices. Today, the robust media marketplace has expanded far beyond cable TV, providing consumers for many options to watch videos and beyond. Now, with the possibility of a fifth commissioner joining your team, I would caution the FCC in taking any action that would apply outdated, burdensome regulations to a flourishing marketplace. So, Chairwoman, and correct me if I'm saying this wrong, Rosenworcel? Nice. All right. Under former Chairman Pai, the FCC eliminated many unnecessary rules on the media industries. Do you commit to not reinstate any of the rules eliminated in the Media Modernization Order?
I think there were more than 30 rules that were developed that were eliminated, or at least 30 proceedings on it. To be candid with you, I'd rather go back and look at them than give you a uniform answer now, but many of them were outdated, and it was an effort to adjust them and modernize them for the times. As you acknowledge, the ways we watch have changed, and I think that's a fair thing to recognize.
So just to go back to that, so you have no plans to institute new rules or regulations in this space?
We don't have anything before us at the agency involving those issues right now, and I'm not certain if you're referring to something specifically.
Nope.
Okay.
I appreciate that. And also, while I've got you, the FCC is required to conduct its quadrennial review of media ownership rules every 4 years, and I believe that the most recent review is overdue. When can we expect to see that review from you?
We're working on it. We also started the last year's quadrennial review in December, and I know that this issue is also before the court in a mandamus petition, though the court has not actually asked us to respond to it yet.
Thank you. Commissioner Carr, anything to add?
Yeah, I do think we need to get going on a lot of those proceedings, including the quadrennial review. There's a lot of progress we can make. At the end of the day, our guide star here has to be continuing to create an environment that's going to lead to investment in local journalism, local TV, local radio. When you look at newspapers across this country, something like 2,200 closed down over the past 15 years, and I'm worried that newspaper could be the future for local radio, local broadcast. It doesn't have to be that way. But we can't impose regulations that are going to make it more difficult for local broadcasters to thrive. They have an incredibly important business model, a lot of upside. We just can't saddle them with too much regulation.
I agree. I am very much a proponent of less government is better government. So I appreciate that. And I know that this issue has also been hit on a few times today. Robocalls, I, like every American, despise the robocalls, the scammers. But scammer text messages in particular. I know, Chairwoman, you and I have discussed a couple of ways we can address some of the robocall issues, but can you tell me one specific thing that you need from us in Congress to stop the scammer text messages?
Sure. As we all know, the scam artists are moving from calling us to texting us.
Yes.
And it is extraordinarily annoying and really dangerous because people click on that junk really easily and find that some bad actor can then go, drain their bank accounts or cause them real harm. One of the things that I would like us to be able to do is to take the Traceback Consortium that this committee made available in the Trace Act, which is a group of carriers that actually identify junk calls on the line. I'd like to take that technology and apply it to texting.
Wonderful.
We might need your help to do that. I'm not clear whether or not we can make that happen under the Trace Act, but it is absolutely something that's been successful for scam calls. I'd like to now apply the same approach in the texting context.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. And we'll definitely follow up on that. And finally, I know we're going to make a wild jump here into prisons, so stay with me. The contraband cell phone issue in our prison system is a very serious issue. I represent several of these prisons, both state and federal, in my district. And all of the major crimes committed have begun with a conversation, and 9 times out of 10, it's facilitated with a cell phone. So what can the FCC do specifically to encourage the adoption of technologies like managed access systems to prevent the illegal phones in our prison systems?
Yeah, if you could answer that in about 10 seconds.
Last year, we adopted updated rules for managed access systems that were intended to streamline the process so that more correctional authorities can avail themselves of those systems.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Yep, thank you very much.